welcome back to another episode of More Than Friends. My name is Tashi, and with me today is my dear friend, Matthew Bennett.
Hello, everybody. It's so bright in here. It's such an official setup. I'm like, whoa, just super excited, like kind of a little bit below. Yeah, I'm kidding. No, I've never done anything like this. Terrified, but very excited. I feel like we do this over like voice notes.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Coaching through voice
do you have my
notes,
number
but then we'll
saved?
Yeah, I put that one guy I'm trying to help.
Oh, sick. Yeah, it's like, how many times can I text her in one day to where she's not going to overcharge? It's kind of nice being where I'm at right now.
Charge per text.
Yeah, my financial advisor keeps questioning it.
Who's this?
Yeah, who's this?
It's not what you think.
It's not what you think, I promise.
What part of dating do you feel like you're great at?
The initial approach.
Yeah.
I think as a guy, you kind of have to learn yourself a little bit before you can kind of start to do the initial approach. And the one thing that I love is that I know I'm a little bit more outlandish when I say things, especially to girls. Like DMs, Hinge, in person at bars, I'll find something. Like if I see like a Hinge prompt and they post a picture with a dog, I'm like, why are you posting pictures of us like on your Hinge? It's not going to help you get anybody. And it works. I just don't do well after. Not really
so
sure
you're
why.
great at the like initiating. How did you get good at approaching girls?
I just learned that no wasn't the worst thing in the world. What happens if they say no? What drastically changes in my life if somebody's like, you're weird? I'm like, okay, take a joke. And that also helped, was like going into it as, okay, this is a joke if they don't like it. If they like it, it was completely serious. Like if they're for it, like we're good. We're going to make sure that this is like a thing. If they hated it, I was just joking around.
I was kidding.
It's
God, you're obsessed with
me. Yeah. So like delusionally believing in myself in every single thing I've said, and I've said some pretty outlandish.
That's sick. Did you ever just like go up and test random pickup lines on girls?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, I went up to one. We were at a bar, and there was like a Jenga. They were playing Jenga at a bar, and I was like, okay, kind of weird, but like, let me just see. Let me like just tap. I walk up there, start tapping the thing out, and then they were like, oh, it's a dare. And I was like, oh, sick. They're like, we haven't really like gotten any good ones. The one I pull is like take a shot of tahini powder. Like a full shot glass of tahini powder. And I was like, of course. And I was like, you know what? I could either show them that like, kind of like, you know, he's not cool, or I could be like, whoa. Like I could be the highlight of their night. Where did you get tahini powder at? I went to the bar. And the bartender was like, this is what? And I don't know if I read the thing. Extra. They told me what the dare was. They could have been lying. Gaslighting starting early. I recognize signs now because of you. I still did it, though. Still followed the gaslight, right? And still followed the light.
I feel like that's a good approach, though, because you're almost just, like, joining their, like, group, but, like, not in, like, an annoying way.
Well, yeah, and
you're being just, like, playful.
That was, like, an easy thing, and we ended up, like, I ended up spending time with them for, like, the entire night. But going into situations where I'm not as comfortable, like, clubs...
Yeah.
That's not like
clubs suck though,
thing.
Because you can't even talk.
You can't talk, and I'm a yapper. I think that's why I'm here.
But also, like, what do you even do if you're literally just getting like judged off of your looks?
Exactly.
You're like, hey, do you like me?
Yeah, and like usually like I'll wear like my hat like really far over my face so they can't see my flaws, and then like I can't talk about them either. So like that's cool because if they actually like what they see, that means they genuinely do.
Just you physically.
Exactly. But I can't like trauma dump within the first 30 seconds.
How am I going to get therapy for
Exactly. Like, how am I going to show them how far they should run away in the first 30 seconds of this conversation? That's
horrible. Tell you everything I've been through?
Yeah.
I used to do that on dates where I would like trauma dump some stuff because I was like, oh, it's connecting. Like, it's just hurry up, get to know me. Let's speed this up. But then I was like, oh, no, that wasn't good. I was like, no.
Someone told me one time that like someone like told me a quote that like fear is inch deep but a mile wide. I took that the opposite, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go further than an inch deep because like that's funny. Can't, but going like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go past the fear and like show it as like vulnerability and just dump everything.
But you do it in a funny way, though.
Yeah,
So
like, I'll try and make jokes out of it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I can only do therapy, like, a max 4 times a week. Because if I do it more than that, I'm just not going to be funny.
Girls love therapy.
Girls love therapy. You throw therapy words at them.
Easy one.
Oh, my God, it's awesome. I've been in therapy since I was 8. They're like, wow, that's incredible. I've never met
You're like,
anyone.
"No, 'cause I need
They,
to."
that's when they immediately start with, I've never met anyone like you. Yeah? You'll leave in 90 days. Don't worry.
That's the cutoff.
Just take some
So
time.
what's the part that you struggle most when it comes to dating?
I think the part that I struggle with is, like, being a guy that's checked off a lot of personal boxes. The professional boxes, the financial boxes, the emotional boxes, spiritual, like, kind of having a lot ready within myself. I say that, but obviously I'm not fully there because I continuously try and move fast. And I don't even know if it's like a thing of me trying to move fast, because I've had relationships in the past where I can see now that I move fast out of, like, I was bored, like, just purely bored with them. And then I was just recently in one where I was like, it was more of like I actually enjoyed them. I was like, she was like my best friend. And I was like, wow, did I even like those girls before? Like, I wanted to move fast because I was like, shit, she's great.
Speed it up.
But yeah, the biggest struggle I have is, like, not trying to check off the boxes of 2 people. And
Like getting to know them gradually before just being like,
yeah,
working.
yeah. And then, like, a trigger
Seeing
comes
the
up
red
from
flags.
them. Like, they don't like, you can tell what people are kind of familiar with their traumas, and I'm starting to recognize that a little bit sooner. Because there's just, anybody can trauma dump. Anybody can say something bad that happened to them. I'm trying now, through you, obviously, to learn key things that they're saying. Like,
Yeah.
pay attention to how they say something.
That's what's cool is women tell you a lot of what the red flags are pretty soon. Like, they tell you what to be
Up
worried
front.
of.
Yeah. And it's just the way that they say it, and then not using it, because a lot of girls love to say now, like, don't take my words and weaponize them against me. And I'm like, okay, but what else would I take then?
That's what women do. When we're on dates with men, we're like, how does he answer that question? Oh, what's it like?
Like, we're getting a full-blown
Yeah, I'll like say like
test.
I'm cool with something that he says. I'm like, oh yeah, just to see how far he believes in something that I'm like, that is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I disagree.
Like, just test them to the complete limit.
You're like, oh,
of
you're that
everything.
guy.
Yeah. Like, I can tell when girls are doing that, and as a guy, I will 1000% go in that direction and, like, buy into it because I know I'm getting tested. Like, if you're so upfront about it, I'm like, what are you doing? And, like, I'll go into it, but I want to see, as somebody who, like, runs my own business, I need someone that's, like, lax. They can take a joke. They can go with the flow. They're okay with me saying outlandish things. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah,
When I
I'm
turn
the
off
same.
my brain, I'm not the same person at all.
Yeah. I don't want to feel judged by the things I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like a
'Cause it's-
burden to anybody. But you say one thing and you're like, God, you were chill like 30 seconds ago.
Cool before.
I didn't know you weren't chill like that.
What type of women do you usually attract? Do you see anything similar in them?
What type of women? They're all very beautiful.
Shut up. Still like me.
Didn't have to say that. Underscore Matthew Bennett. I would say I attract, honestly, as much as some of them had their own, like, internal issues, a lot of strong women. Like, it's going to sound like I'm an ambulance chaser, but, like, they've had a lot of character development in themselves, even if it's not fully there yet. They've been through a lot, and they're very, like, independent people, and I love that, and I need that, because I'm somebody from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm independent. I need to be doing my own thing. Like, you won't really get that attention out of me unless it's like a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But
He goes hard working like 2 days a week and doesn't work.
And then I don't do anything else at all. Like, Monday, Tuesday, it's just like stay up all night. But, like, I would say that I attract girls that do love the affirmation, whether it's through physical objects or compliments, because of the way I approach.
Yeah.
I'll go in and say something completely outlandish. Like, I got into a relationship one time with a girl because I slid up on her Instagram story on Thanksgiving, and I said that sweater dress gives everybody something to be thankful for. Like, stupid. Should have never have even gotten a response. 5 minutes later, I got a response. I was like, oh, shit.
I always like those better because I almost like when someone's just trying to make me giggle or saying something random.
Right.
Because if you're just like, hey is the worst. Like, just boring. Or if they're like trying to have those interview style questions in your DMs. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to get to know you.
Exactly.
Like, not in my DMs.
Like, that was one of the sweeter ones that worked. And usually they don't work. I've done barking voice memos before. Fake wedding rings. Done that quite a few times.
But what I like about you, though, is that you actually just test a bunch of stuff more out of, like, pure amusement to yourself. Because it shows how much you've just gotten past the, like, giving a fuck about rejection.
Yeah. Like,
which is sick.
I had a thing that I did my first 2 years out here in California. Didn't matter where I was. I did it actually for professional development. But I would go in and either ask for a free coffee or a discounted coffee every day. And got used to people telling me no. So that way when I got on sales calls, I was like, okay, he said no. I started applying that to women, and I was like, and started to work. And I was like, oh, sick. See how far I can take this. Like, I slid up in one girl's DMs and said I just bit my phone. Got something.
Works.
Told someone else that, like, I had to tell them something really important and you need to call me immediately. And left my number in the DM. And she called me immediately and thought that something was wrong. Turns out she had a boyfriend, but like...
That's hilarious. I had someone before tell me, like, they text me because I wasn't replying, and they text me and they're like, what'd they say? I have something really important I need to talk to you about, if that's okay. And then I was just like, okay, what the fuck is it? But then doesn't reply to me all day long. And then I'm thinking about it all day.
See, that's toxic.
And then it made me think about it. I was like, that is rude.
I would say I've actually had, because of the approach, some of the greatest 24-hour conversations ever. Like, the amount of numbers that I've, like, just texted off of just outlandish stuff and then said nothing after that. I was just like, okay, she's gone.
Cool.
I'll hit you up if I'm ever in Arizona.
Do you tend to chase, overgive, withdraw, or test women?
Chase and overgive.
Yeah.
1,000%.
In what ways?
I overgive. I'm a very giving person. My company that I started is all my best friends, and I give them the world. I always will. I don't really feel like I let too many women in, but when I do, I know I'm doing it for a reason, and I'm trusting my gut, and I'm trusting my head. Probably should stop doing that, but I want to give them anything I can to make them happy.
Yeah.
And for me, and the chasing comes from the more my personal self of, like, I moved out here, I chased after everything, self-made, did everything myself, to when I get like that with a girl, if I want something, I'm gonna go get it. I don't care what it takes. I will.
So, like, for the chasing, I get that one a little bit, because it's kind of like, you're like, okay, you almost like when, because you attract women that are very strong and don't need you in that way.
Exactly.
So then you're like, you like the feeling of that. But then I'm curious, like, when you're giving, where do you think that's, like, coming from deep down? Because sometimes I've seen you give a lot to women that they did not earn.
Dior saddlebag, Louis duffel.
A house,
a dog. A house, a
that
dog.
they definitely didn't earn in the month or two that you dated them.
It was 45 days, actually. I think it comes from, like, the checking off the boxes thing of, like, if you're saying all the right things and doing all the right things with me, I'm like, you give me a glimpse into those two personal boxes that mean more to me than anything else, which is, settling down, having a family. Holy shit. Like, yeah, whatever you need. So I get that glimpse, and then I chase the glimpse. But what I'm now realizing is, obviously through you, we both have to chase that, not just me.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like you're falling in love with the idea you're making up of them.
Exactly. Like, they put this picture in my head of what could be, based off of how things are now. And that's why I actually walk out of most of my relationships, and you've heard me talk about my exes. I I've said, of course, like, you talk shit about your exes, like, oh, she sucks, she did
She
this.
sucks.
But I'll also say, like, they helped me see this part of myself.
Yeah.
They helped me find this part of my, like, I'll look for this in the next person.
Yeah.
Like, because when you date somebody, you're dating all of their exes that came before. You guys suck, by the way. The
Yeah,
exes.
you destroyed the ones.
Yeah, like, what
No,
the
but
hell?
that's what's cool to like really pay attention to, because when I was dating, what I realized is like how someone was treating me. If a man was treating me the way I didn't like, it no matter what, you're telling them how to treat you with like how you're acting and the words you say and how you carry yourself.
Right.
So like, say if it's like the overgiving when they haven't earned it, then they may be like, okay, I don't have to do much to please Matt. Like,
Right.
Is he that great? Like, it does
That's
fuck
where
with their brain.
it creates
the
that
value is-
disbelief.
yeah.
And
It's almost when something's just handed to you, you don't like value it.
yeah, it's like the too good to be true. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Biggest things that actually come up in my relationship is this could be too good to be true. I mean, I've turned avoidance into anxious people, or avoidant anxious people, or fearful, and they end up leaving because of that. Because of my just approach of, all right, I want to give you the world. I'm really not that hard to please, just because of my childhood, how I came out here, how I did everything. Pretty simple. You honestly treat me like a dog, you're fine. Like, just scratch my head at the end of the day, and like, we're good. Sit in silence, send me funny TikToks, be funny. Of course, like, look good. I think
Yeah,
I'm realizing
like
the
that
problem as
nurturing stuff.
I think I'm realizing the problem as I'm talking
What?
about it. I need more things of criteria. Because like
I think
had
it's also
nothing else to
just
say after
knowing that, like, I think also that taking it slower with them. Obviously, we keep saying taking it slower, but I think even telling yourself what does taking it slow mean, like actually, because even for me, they'd be like, oh, okay, like make sure you're getting respected and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but what does that like mean? How am I showing my value? Like, okay, if I don't like something that he's doing, he wants to always hang out late night or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just never answer those texts when it's late night. And then I text him in the morning and I'm like, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. I don't need to say, don't hit me up late. I just never reply at that time. So then he learns I need to switch up.
It's conditioning
when I'm
them. It's
contacting.
conditioning them like a dog, literally. And then like, it's weird because I never saw how a good relationship was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a few successful relationships that just didn't work out for whatever reason. I think I'm still learning now that like what works for me in a relationship kind of changes at stages in my life. But the one thing that like I'm also very understanding of, and something that like I do appreciate, I think more so than an average person, is I'm okay with mess ups. Like, I appreciate it when the person that I'm with at an early stage, because some people are like, God, there shouldn't be like a fight like this early on, or there shouldn't be this. I'm like,
I hate when people say it's not supposed to be hard, because every relationship
it's supposed to be hard. It's just finding the person that you're okay with being
what
hard
their
with.
hard things are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their hard
That.
things are.
That. Yeah.
Because there's some guys that are like, even for like us women, that are like very insecure, and then they project their insecurities onto you where they get controlling or things like that. And then it's like, okay, you could be insecure, but like don't make it my problem. So then when
Yeah.
it's like that type of stuff where it's like putting it on the other person.
What's crazy is like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I am actually the least insecure guy that you'll ever have to worry about. Like, I'm like, go do your thing, because it's kind of like the overgiving. It like gives me that confidence that like I am worth something. Not even just the overgiving of the multiple luxurious items house that I've given women, but it's like I'll drive you anywhere. I will take your photos. I will make sure that you're fed. I will send you flowers. I'm great at photos. That's actually like a sick skill now. I'm really grateful for a girl for that one. That was awesome. Date enough influencers and you freaking become a photographer. I just appreciate knowing that like I kind of put girls in their feminine, because they know that like I have everything handled. So when I'm with them, I have the confidence, like if they're going out, they're not finding anything better.
Like that. And I think a great way to even like for men to understand is like not letting them do stuff where you're like, if something makes you uncomfortable, like if she's partying every night at like a club and you're just like not a partier or whatever, there's a way to say that in a way that you're not controlling her. I think that's the main thing is like, oh, like you do you have fun, but like I just don't see myself with a woman that parties that much.
Yeah.
And like saying like you're just, that's your standard. Because sometimes I see guys where they're like, they want to people please her, where they're just like, I'm going to pretend like I'm okay with it. And like, I'll just do this for her. And they're just doing it to make her happy, but they're not also like making sure that they're feeling good in that moment.
Something that's really tough for guys that I know that have been with girls in this industry is how in the hell do you communicate that without seeming clingy, overprotective, jealous? That's always the go-to. Is like, oh, you're insecure. No, I just have standards. And I think that's kind of the problem with a lot of social media now is like,
yeah, they're like, get rid of that guy right away.
Yeah, like if he ain't letting you have a girls' night, I'm like, okay, there's a difference between a girls' night and getting on somebody else's plane to fucking Cabo. Like, come on, like that ain't.
Guys flying me out.
Like, don't get me wrong, there are some damn successful women, but that is not your jet. I can see the owner, and he makes a lot more than me. So, no.
But even that, it's like saying like, hey, I don't care if that's what you like to do. That's just not my preference in someone I want to date.
Right.
Totally fine. And that's how I feel like guys can say it in a way where you're not being controlling. It's like even if I was dating someone and he's like obsessed with going to strip clubs.
Nice.
Nice. I'd be like, I'm like, that's fine that you want to go do that. I'm not saying you can or not do that. It's more just like it's unattractive to me to date someone who thinks that's cool.
Right.
Like, that's
right.
gross to me.
Right.
I do it. I just don't find it that hot.
Most guys don't think that any of that is actually cool. We just do it just because, like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, your friend's sad? Go.
Yeah.
I get it. It's just like, yeah. I'm like, it's a turn off. But I feel like you could do that with women, too, if you're just like,
but then you fall.
That's just not like a thing that I enjoy.
The problem that I actually struggle with, the reason why I do a lot of that, where I struggle to kind of put my foot down, is I turn off so much emotion after breakups. Because as somebody who does own and operate my own thing, and I'm sure like guys that are like leader, not you don't even have to own your own business, you can be a manager, but you have people that know about your personal life a lot. You don't want those people that you're leading to see you down. Yeah. Like, or you can't afford to be. Yeah. Like,
because they're looking to you for guidance.
Yeah. And they're looking to like, for you to lead, produce, do all these things. Or even if you take care of your family or anything like that. And then I turn off that emotion so much that then when I reopen up that emotion, not of like the heartbreak, but of like the attachment to somebody, I don't want to lose them. Mm. And like, that's where it's like becomes difficult to actually communicate like, hey, I ain't settling in for that. Because like you're thinking, what I think to myself every time is like, God, I just opened up and you're already fucking up. What are you doing? Like, you don't have to be toxic. We can pretend at home. Like we have toxicity and anything you want at home. I'll gaslight you at home. It's fine. We'll play a part. A great actor. We'll figure it out.
Do you think it's coming from like, so it's probably a fear of losing them. So you're trying to like make sure they're happy and you're trying to like please them in some way. Even so then it's harder to like set a standard for how you want the relationship to be or how to be treated, which is the same for women as well. Yeah. Where like the women do the thing where we're like trying to be the cool girl in the relationship. They're like, oh, it's fine. You can do that. I'm cool with it. But guys. Really it just looks like I don't value myself at all. And it's like, right. No. So that's why the bitchy women always usually win.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. But then they get too bitchy and then they're like, yeah, like you're being insecure. Shut up. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yep. Gotcha. That works. That works for me. Yeah. I believe in that.
So how did you go into the pitfall of buying a house for a woman in 40 days?
Through you, I learned a lot. Like, genuinely. Like, seeing how you handle yourself in situations and how you look for certain things. And even when I tell you about girls now, your approval is everything. You're my mother, for crying out loud. Like, essentially, like, you.
He calls me mom.
Yeah, I do.
He's like, Mom, this girl?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like, I have my own app set up. It's fine. But when you say all the right things and you do all the right things, because that's where I kind of get frustrated with girls, because say if a guy does something for you and then later on down the line, they're kind of like, oh, why did you do that? That kind of came out of nowhere. There was something that made me feel that emotion. There was something that made me want to do this. I'm not just like a psychopath that's just out here doing that. I mean, I buy a lot of stupid stuff in a day, but there was something that made me believe in that.
Like a future with her and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Like, and there were things that went down that. We looked at rings.
Yeah.
She asked me to move in with her across the country. I left my entire life, knew nobody.
All your things.
Literally all my things. And left my entire life and moved. But then when I try and do something, it's too fast and too much. What do you mean?
What do you mean? You looked at rings with me. You were down. That's why I think in a fucked up way for women, it's more like they have their checklist and sometimes they do push quickly on like wanting that.
Yeah.
But then realization hits and they're like, wait, actually, like, I don't know you or whatever. Maybe this is too quick. And
it's also the way of communicating it, because that sent us into a absolute downfall, because then I got anxious and I got scared. When you communicate something and it's like, I feel like this is going too fast, or I feel like this is moving too fast, and like I don't know what to do. And you kind of communicate in a way of which like you're almost upset with it. I think when they're expressing them being upset with it, you're upset with yourself. You're not upset with me. You're upset with yourself for feeling whatever you're feeling, because everything that you've always wanted is right in front of you, but you're not communicating like that. So it was hard for me to get out of that mindset that got me to the point of like moving forward to such a thing as like buying a house. And sometimes it's hard for me to get out of the mindset of buying someone a designer bag or whatever it is. And
you almost like have to set rules for yourself at this point.
I've
You're like, this is the day limit of when I can buy her something.
My best friend and business partner like gives me like a stipend per week. Now. Yeah. Yeah, he controls me.
Yeah. Because I think if you know where it's coming from. And
that's just it for me. Like, I have to learn.
I'm trying to hold on to you, so I think giving will make you want to stay with me. And I see that with even guys, like when I hang out with them, they're like trying to brag about their successes or things like that. I was like, I get it, you're trying to get me to like you, but it's actually doing the opposite, because what it tells women is you don't authentically know me well enough for me to get this treatment, so it doesn't feel special. It feels like you could do this with anyone, so then I question you, even though it's you're giving her
that's
cool
exactly
things,
why now
she's questioning.
I look for mess ups. I want you to piss me off early on.
Yeah.
Let's have one fight, please.
Oh, yeah.
One
See
fight
how you
a
are
month.
in a fight is you.
But like that's how you know you're getting a genuine person. Like, relationships are work. They're gonna be hard. Who do you want to be hard with? Who do you know that you're going to work through everything through? Like, who is it easiest with? I see a lot of like high school sweethearts getting married now more. And it's because they know each other so well that like you're not thinking about, and of course you're thinking about the good times with them, but they know like any hardship, if they've had any, they can get through with them. So for me, I want you to do something to mess up. That's how I know I'm getting the actual genuine side of you. Versus before, what sent me down the rabbit hole of buying a house, we didn't fight once. Not one argument.
And you're like, we're perfect.
I'm like,
and then you're like, wait, no, this is.
I'm like, wait a second, no, this actually means we're completely awful
like,
for each other.
Do you care about me? Because honestly, like, no matter what, in relationships, like the whole reason you meet everyone, there's an energy that makes you attracted to someone, and it's because you guys have like-minded traumas.
Yes.
And like you're gonna mirror my traumas to me, and vice versa. So if I'm not getting triggered by you, that means I'm either being fake or I don't like you the way I should. Because if you should be getting triggered, it'd be weird. You don't care enough.
Yeah, like there's so many, like the good part about social media now is that like people talk about it more.
Yeah.
As somebody that's like been in therapy and has been with girls that haven't been in therapy, it's hard for me to like, when you're in therapy and someone's going through something and like you can kind of see the deeper picture, you can't really tell them like, no, you're just triggered, like you're acting crazy, like no, you just need to see this. And then if you start asking them too many questions, you know what happens to you when you get asked too many questions in therapy. You're not the therapist.
I'm trying to think how I go about it. Mine is more like I don't tell them how to fix it. I'm more so like, well, because I'm psycho and I explain triggers. So I'll be like, hey,
I do
usually
the same
something that
thing.
happens today is a reflection of something that happened to you in the past. So like, can we keep it separate? And I always make it seem like a team effort. I'm like, let's talk about it. We're a team. Let's face the situation together. I don't want us to be pitted against each other.
And
Let's work it out in that way.
and something that like a lot of girls will say this is like, oh, these are just like keywords. Like the new trend on TikTok right now is like, oh, guys know therapy words now. Like, okay, but like I knew them before ChatGPT. Different. But like I always tell my partner, I love learning you. Every day I want to learn you. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's what I want. And that's genuine. I genuinely want to learn you. If I can't figure out like if I can't learn, if I'm asking you questions about something that's hard for you to talk about, that's where you can put your foot down and be like, I'm not ready to talk about that. And then I certainly can do a better job of being like, okay, we can talk about this when you're ready.
Yeah.
But instead, I'll kind of like keep prying. Because that's like just
You're
the
like,
pettiness
no.
in me. Yeah, I'm like, I just keep pressing the button of like,
But I think that comes from the anxious attachment for sure.
Yeah,
You're like,
the
I
anxious.
want to fix it right now, so let's hurry up. Let me
Yeah,
fix it.
yeah,
That's how I had to learn to like with partners, like when they're upset, I'm like just give them space, and then when they want to talk to me, they'll come back to me, and almost just like really. Have you ever researched golden retriever and black cat
yes,
energy?
yes. I think
That's
I think
almost
it's,
like the
I think it's pretty obvious what I am. Right.
like learning how to just like be okay with like because what it's happening is we're going into our trauma responses as kids and we're in a fight or flight situation. So what we learned as kids is like quickly make mom and dad happy, so
Yes.
then we're good, we're safe. But we're doing that now in relationships, and it's making people not value in the way that they should be. So it's like,
Right. Like I became a provider at a very young age, and then I became a provider for myself at a very young age. I made sure that before I actually got into like deep relationships that I could provide for a woman spiritually, financially, physically, emotionally, and whatever any girl needs is that fifth one. That's what I'll do. But sometimes you're not providing in the way that that person may need
yeah,
or
what they
want. And I've had to learn to disassociate with the giving that I give, which is a love language. I love to give. I assume that all girls love shiny, pretty things, even if it's a house. So, if I'm giving you shiny, pretty things, why would
should
you
love
ever leave me? I've had to learn to actually disassociate with
Yeah.
that and be like, okay, whatever, it was a thing.
Yeah,
Like-
and learn that, yeah, if it's not given in an appropriate time span, that they may see it as inauthentic and you're buying my love. Because I remember I dated someone before that would pay for everything, but he did an annoying thing where he would use it against me in fights. He's like, I just bought you this. Why are you
Right.
being like that? And I was like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's crazy is I've never actually done that.
that's good.
I've thought it for sure,
For sure.
but
When you get into defense mode, that's what naturally is going
but I've never said it out loud because that's not actually what I felt. Like I've never been like, well, I bought you this. You owe me you. I bought you. Like, what do you mean?
What do you think is like one thing that one of your exes wishes was different?
I think I think that they wish that I was more present. As somebody who operates a business and everything in my life is so focused on the future, and like I've had to be like that since 18. Like everything's on the future.
Carving out time then that's just for them.
Not even just that, just stop focusing on the future so much with them.
Stay literally in the present.
Stay literally in the present with them. Like I don't have to
Oh, don't future trip.
yeah, like I don't have to believe in I don't have to fall in love with a potential future or a potential anything. Like I can just fall in love with
Take it.
what is right now. That's why like when certain people are like, some people say I love you like really soon. I don't look at that as that big of a deal. I've definitely said it too soon.
Same.
Sick. But it's like, okay, yeah, you love who they are right now. But if you wake up the next day and you're like,
Like you're different.
yeah,
They do one thing.
like you got like, you're out there doing meth, like you're doing like just crazy stuff. Like you're going to the arcade and you're not even inviting me. Like what?
That's rude.
I'm gonna get like mad. So, but like I could not be in love with who you are the next day. Like that happens.
I think that's even advice I gave to somebody recently where I was just like, they were wanting to know if they should date this one person again because they knew they were very insecure and it caused a lot of drama before, but they do believe that if they did personal growth, they could change. And I was like, how about you just only do some, because they don't know how to communicate. I was like, what if you guys only went to a therapist, like a couples therapist, where you learn how to communicate with each other, and that's your only like chatting, like don't even try to get back together, don't know. And she's like, what about the future, what about the future? And I was like, how about you just stay right here?
Exactly.
Right fucking here.
Right. And it's like
one step at a time.
That's great advice, because even if they don't work out, you learn something for the next one.
Exactly.
And that's something I always do tell girls is like, whether it's me or somebody else, I will show you how you deserve to be treated, I feel. Because most of the girls I date were not treated very good in the past, which made them so
So you probably like
independent and strong. Yeah, I'm an ambulance chaser.
We're going to have you back on again.
Boom.
Thank you so much for joining.
Of
It
course.
was so fun.
Of course.
Deep diving. We needed some male energy on here.
Don't know how much mail you're getting, but
Tell people where to find you.
you can find me on Instagram _ Matthew Bennett _
And you can find me at Tash 9 p.m. Thank you so much. That's sick.
Good
Orange
shit.
here.